peacefully. And sitting becomes a joy. And your sitting meditation is not a hard labor. It is a joy. It is an art. The art of mindful breathing, the art of mindful sitting, to make life real, possible. And in this time, where people do not have enough time to do what they want to do, always very busy, always having to meet a deadline, to have the time to sit and to enjoy your in-breath and out-breath is a luxury. And we can afford to have the time to do so in the morning, in the evening, and whenever we want. To be there peacefully. So sitting in peace means while sitting, you don't strive, you don't fight, you don't force your body to do something. You allow your body to be relaxed. You allow all the muscles on your face to be released. You can smile lightly in order to release tension on your face. You can release the tension in your shoulder. And like that you can sit 45 minutes, 1 hour. And you enjoy just breathing and sitting. And sitting like that is very nourishing and healing. And if you sit with your Sangha 100%, 200%, the power, the qualitative energy is powerful. That qualitative energy will penetrate into our body, our mind, supporting us. And it can help a lot with healing, transformation. And then, after having got in touch with our breath, our body, we learn to get in touch with our feelings and emotions. Because there may be a painful feeling in us, or a painful emotion in us that does not allow us to feel the peace. So peace means the absence of that painful feeling, that painful emotion. When there is jealousy, when there is anger, when there is despair, we are not so peaceful. Because these mental formations are like the fire burning us. There's no peace. And as a practitioner, when we breathe in, we should be able to recognize the presence of that painful feeling or emotions. And we do exactly like we have done with our body. Breathing in, I am aware of the painful feeling in me. You don't try to fight your painful feeling. It's like when you get in touch with your body, although your body has a lot of stress and tension, you don't fight your body. You don't suppress your body. You embrace your body. You recognize and embrace your body tenderly, and you help your body to release the tension. No fighting. Just embracing, releasing. The same thing is true with a painful feeling. You don't try to cover it up. That's what many of us try to do. when we have a painful feeling. Try to cover it up by listening to music, by eating something, by taking the car to go out. We try to suppress it, cover it up. As a practitioner, you don't do that. When you breathe in, you have an opportunity to recognize the pain in yourself. And you say, hello, good morning, my little pain, I know you are there. I will take care of you. And with your mindful breathing, you generate the energy of mindfulness. And you recognize that feeling. And you embrace that feeling tenderly. With a lot of compassion. Because that feeling, that pain is you. You should not do violence to yourself. And it is just like with your breath or your body. When mindfulness is there, recognizing and embracing, there will be a release of tension. There will be a relief. So if we know how to recognize and embrace our pain, our sorrow, and then we'll get a relief. It's like the practice of releasing the tension in our body. Breathing in, I allow my body to release the tension. The same thing is done with your feelings, painful feeling. We embrace tenderly our painful feeling with mindful breathing. And after a while, we get a relief. And we suffer less. More peace is possible. Although the pain is already there, but because it is accepted, and because we are getting some relief, peace becomes something possible. And you can smile to your pain, your sorrow. You don't need to wait until the pain is gone completely in order to have peace. If you know how to embrace, accept your pain, your sorrow, and if you know how to be peacefully with it, peace begins to be with you. And while sitting or walking, we can make peace possible. As a practitioner, we should know how to produce a feeling of joy, a feeling of happiness. In the Buddhist tradition, there is a distinction between joy and happiness. Joy still has a little bit of excitement in it. And in true happiness, you are calmer, more calm. The image that is used is someone walking in a desert, very thirsty. He does not have anything to drink for a few days already. So he discovered that in front of him is an oasis. he saw trees and a pond of water. So he feels joyful because he knows that there will be shade to sit in, there will be water to drink. So that is the feeling of joy. And when he arrived and kneel down and scoop the water and drink, it's happiness. There was excitement in joy, but there is more peace in happiness. That is the Buddhist way of understanding joy and happiness. So when the practitioner practices breathing in and go home to the present moment, he or she recognizes that there are so many wonders of life that are available, that she is lucky, luckier than many other people. And she recognizes many of the conditions of happiness that are available to her in the here and the now. So happiness just comes, joy and happiness just come naturally. When you open the water tap with mindfulness, you recognize the fact that you are lucky to have the running water coming to you like that from high up on the mountain. And there's a feeling of joy when you touch the water. If you don't feel that joy during the time you get in touch with water, you are not a practitioner. As a practitioner, you should know how to nourish yourself with joy and happiness. In order to go far, in order to realize what you want to realize, you should get the nourishment with joy and happiness. So brush your teeth in such a way that makes joy possible during the time of toothbrushing. That is a challenge. You have 2 minutes to brush your teeth. Don't try to do quickly and not to finish it with it. Do it relaxingly, joyfully. You have a brush. You have the toothpaste. You have 2 minutes. Why don't you enjoy it? Challenge yourself. And if you know how to enjoy the 2 minutes of toothbrushing, and then you will be able to enjoy the moment when you sit down and hold a cup of tea. Holding a cup of tea, you don't think of the next thing to do. You are entirely with a cup of tea. Cup of steaming tea. And joy, happiness should be possible. As a practitioner, you should be happy while drinking your tea. That is a challenge. And happiness is possible, joy is possible. And that is thanks to mindfulness. When you are mindful, you recognize that you are lucky. You are luckier than many people. And there are plenty of conditions for you to be happy right here and right now. And therefore, it's not hard at all for a practitioner to bring in a moment of joy and happiness. When you come to the meditation hall and you see the meditation hall, see, well, there is a place for you to practice sitting meditation. And this is a moment of happiness. When you sit down, using your gatha, your mindful breathing in and out, you say, this is a moment of happiness. A happy moment is always available when you practice mindfulness. And that is why we can say that mindfulness is a source of happiness, a source of joy. and they don't sell it in the marketplace. You have to produce it, mindfulness. As a practitioner, you produce mindfulness. A practice center like Plum Village is a place where you produce mindfulness, concentration, and you produce understanding and compassion. There was a rich landlord. It was early spring, so he brought his people out in order to plow the land. He had 1,000 acres of land. He brought out 500 farmers and 500 cows in order to pull the plow, ready to plow the land for the new season. And he saw the Buddha and a few dozens of monks passing by. And the gentleman met the Buddha and he said, "You monks, you don't do anything. We farmers, we grow, we work the land, we grow the crop, we harvest and we eat. But you don't do anything, and yet you eat." Because each monk is holding a bowl, they are on the arm round. And in the Indian society, there is a tacit agreement that a monk does not need to earn a living. A monk should only practice. And the lay people, they can share some food. You don't have to think of food. You think only of your practice. We need you to practice for us. So there is a kind of division of labor between lay people and monks. And the monks are not supposed to earn a living. No, they are supposed to practice. And of course, when you become a monk, you lay down all the burden. You don't need to do anything else. You don't have to raise a family. You don't have to to do a job. You only need to practice. And you have to practice well. You practice not only for yourself, you practice for us. Every morning you went into the village with your ball in order to get in touch with the people. You can help giving some teaching, and you go on arm round and you eat whatever they give to you. A sweet potatoes, a little bit of rice, some curry, anything. You don't care. Whatever they give, you eat. And if they don't give, you can go 1 day or 2 days without food. It's okay. So you don't worry. But the lay people never let the monks die because of hunger. But that rich landlord, he was challenging the Buddha and his monks. You did not do anything, and yet you consume. The Buddha, we plowed, we plant the seeds, we water, we harvest, and we eat. You don't do anything and you eat. The Buddha said, yes, we do like you also. We also have the land, we also have the seeds, we also have the plow, we also have the cows, we also harvest and we eat. And the landlord said, where are your land? Where is your land? Where is your cows? Where is your seeds? Where is the harvest? And the Buddha said, the land, our land is our mind. The mind is our land. Mind is the land. We have to cultivate our mind. We have to work out the land. We have to pull up the wheat. We have to plow. And the plow that it uses is mindfulness. Mindfulness. And the seed we use is confidence, hope. And the cow, in order to pull the plow, is tinh tấn. Tinh tấn dịch là gì quên nữa? Diligence, our diligence. And the harvest that we get is understanding and love. Understanding and compassion. In fact, society needs ethics and spirituality. And that is the monks who have to take care of that aspect of life. We have to produce spirituality. We have to produce the values, ethical values, and so on. Without mindfulness, concentration, insight, without understanding and compassion, people will suffer a lot. And that is why the job of practitioners is to produce the crop of understanding and compassion using the practice of mindfulness, using the practice of diligence in order to bring about that kind of harvest. So when you are ordained as a monk, you don't worry anymore about earning a living. You have only one project: to practice, transform yourself, and help produce more understanding, compassion. Not only for yourself alone, but for all of us. You know what to do. You have to devote all your time doing that. There's a division of labor. When you practice walking, meditation, you generate the energy of solidity and of freedom. Every step you make should be able to produce solidity and freedom. And how? To be solid means not to be pulled away. You are not pulled away by the past, by the future, by your anger, by your projects. You are fully there, fully present. Every step brings you home to the here and the now. You touch the wonders of life. You are solid. And you are free. You are free from the past, from the future, from your project, from your worries. You walk like a Buddha. So every step you make during walking meditation is to produce solidity and freedom and peace. And that is what society needs. And when we see you walking like that, you feel much better. You walk not only for yourself, but for us. And since you are able to walk like that, we know that we will be able to do like you. And that solidity, that freedom, that peace, that compassion, you cannot buy in the supermarket. You have to produce by your practice. And if you know how to produce enough of these, there will be more peace, more happiness, more stability in our society. So it needs more practitioners. It needs more monks. Real monks, real practitioners to produce that. And coming back to what we have begun with, is that as a practitioner, we have a lot of opportunities. Every in-breath is an opportunity. Every step is an opportunity. Every time you brush your teeth, you open the water tap. Every time you sit down, is an opportunity. And as a practitioner, as a friend of the Buddha, a disciple of the Buddha, we learn how to do it, generating the energy of peace, generating the energy of mindfulness in order to bring relief, to take care of our pain, our sorrow, to generate a moment of joy, a moment of happiness for us and for the people around us. This is always possible